guys, these two gentlemen are your voices in Montgomery, okay? Representative Fort, Senator Beasley, right here. These are people that you need to know, okay? I know the bell rang and you have to go. But why don't you do this? As you go by, why don't you shake their hand and thank them for coming and introduce yourself to them?
You know, the legislature in Montgomery funds the education system from the state level. Of course, you got city millage here to help fund the Eufaula city school system. In Barber County, we have a city school system in Eufaula, and then outside the city limits of Eufaula is a county school system. We try to make decisions in Montgomery that affect student lives, because you're in school to prepare yourself for adulthood. I wished I was taking this class. I run a retail drugstore, and I need to know how to do online. I need to learn how to sell some of my products through the computer, and I don't know how to do that. One of these days, I want to come over here and sit in on this class.
Okay, you're welcome anytime.
So you understand about education budget, how we get so frustrated in the center when they take money from the education budget and do something else with it. So they took I don't know how many millions of dollars from the education budget and sent it to the prison. So that's frustrated us. We got a tough job up there, and our focus is on these kids. It's all about the children. And it come down to dealing with one side of the aisle and the other side of the aisle. But we're going to continue to fight for y'all.
What these gentlemen do is you understand in education, city or county education systems, schools don't raise, education systems don't raise money.
Right.
They depend on revenue.
Right.
So somebody says, why don't you just raise the funds? Well, school systems don't do that.
Right.
We depend on gentlemen like this to lobby for tax dollars to help support education. And that's
You
why
know,
it's so
think about this, when you make a purchase in the city of Eufaula, you're helping fund the Eufaula city school system. If that purchase is made in Phoenix City or Columbus, you're helping Phoenix City, Russell County, Columbus, and Georgia.
Right.
So tax dollars, wherever you make that transaction, is where those dollars stay.
What we do in this class, 90% of the time, the kids are on computers, and there's a virtual business that they run. And in this class, they're learning how to run a restaurant. And they do everything that you have to do in a restaurant. And this is an example of the kind of graphics that they deal with. And as you can see, the lessons are listed from marketing research to promotion to selling. Also, they have to finance the restaurant. They have to come up with a menu. They have to order all their merchandise. And so it's a very good hands-on without being hands-on when they can run their own business. And each student has a laptop, and then they do the assignment. After the assignment, they have a multiple choice test, not only in the content, but also in the math that's involved in doing those exercises. And what I'm discovering is a lot of the math is practical math, and that's where we struggle. It's like, let's say that you have a restaurant and you have 1,000 square feet, and you have to have 800 square feet for restaurants. How many square feet do you have left? They have trouble with that. And it's not the algebra, it's not the advanced math, it is the practical, everyday math, the percentages that I'm discovering that we're having trouble. And these are some of the top kids in school.
This goes back to your basics, adding, subtracting.
Exactly.
Multiplying, dividing. I mean, you use it all through life.
And years ago, we had a business math class back in the early 90s that taught the kids all those things. And then we've just discounted it, and now everybody's taking the higher level math, and they get out, and the business people tell us that they really can't function in the business world because they don't know how to solve those simple problems. Mm-hmm. So I think that we need to step back and see where we're going, because apparently the direction is not working. I mean, when we're looking at handling practical, I view it as simple solutions, but to be able to understand the problem and know how to solve it. And so that's what, that's what we're working on. That's my emphasis this year in these classes, is making sure that they can identify the problems and use the math to solve it.
It was the craziest thing.
See, my wife's a flincher. It's okay. The one time I could have used a heads up,
Bam. I was putting on lipstick.
The good news is, Alpha has the largest customer service team in Alabama. So you'll be dealing with people here, not all over the country.
Oh, sorry.
For a plan built just for you, contact Keith Bryan in Eufaula.
You got to know the practical side.
Right.
If you don't know the practical side, you let the computer run you rather than you run the computer.
This is my 26th year, but I was in business and industry prior to that. I started teaching when I was 28. So I use a lot
All right, guys, we need French and FFA to begin for pictures. French and FFA. Who's for seniors should be making their way to the gym or getting dressed for pictures. And senior beauties and bows. And should be starting to dress for pictures after your
a
picture.
lot of free stuff that is on the internet about courses and curriculum and study guides and all that stuff.
Make good choices, everybody. Make good choices.
Amount of money on textbooks. Nowadays, kids really, the textbook is not connected with them. And but there's a book called it's called Reign of Error. And it was written by a woman that investigated the California school system, and they spent a lot of money on tablets and computers, and she shows the result. And it was on NPR 2 or 3 weeks ago, a series. And I think that would be a valuable book to look at and see what direction California's gone in, to see what kind of mistakes they made with all the spending. It's a Reign of Terror, R-E-I-G-H-N, of error. Of error. And it's on Amazon. It's a recent book. It was an NPR, and they interviewed the superintendent of the Los Angeles school system about the technology advances that they did and what worked and what didn't. And I think it's probably the latest study on technology in the classroom, and some of the mistakes that they made and some directions that they would have changed. Before you spend, a ton of money, I think that would be a good reference book. Clages. K-L-A-G-E-S. Tim.
Me and you, I said, me.
I live here.
Thank you, sir. Very much.
Let's see.
It's not a day in my drugstore that I don't use basic math.
Yeah. Oh, and that's so important, and I think that needs to be put forth. And I've talked to the math department, the principal, but it's got to be a different mindset. It's one thing to know geometry, but it's the other thing to know the basic stuff. Yeah.
Good to meet you. Nice to meet you.
Well, have a good day.
These guys represent a group of about 46 that we started this last year. The Wiregrass Robotics organization came to us and asked us about having a team, so got John Savage on it. Drafted a bunch of kids to start the initial program, and we did it last year and just about won the thing. So they've really worked hard this year. Our membership has doubled, and so they've got what's up there on the screen is kind of their marketing plan right now. They've set their group up with a company structure, CEO all the way down to board of directors. They have to be able to present a marketing plan, an engineering notebook on the robot that they build, and then actually construct the robot. And then on November 2nd, down at the Dothan Civic Center, they are in a competition with the workings of the robot. So, guys, y'all want to, what am I leaving out?
Show them the presentation.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Let's run through that real quick.
All right, well, what you're looking at now, it says designing the future through technology today, and that is our adopted slogan for our company. So that's what we all decided on as our motto. And then Tiger Robotics has 46 active members. We have closer to 60 total members, but 46 that are real actively involved in building the robot and putting together all the other parts. And the whole organization is student-led. We have a teacher sponsor, but our teacher sponsor is there to guide us. And he says, okay, this is the decision that has to be made. Where do you guys want to go?
Welcome to the Walmart Vision Center.
Quality eye care by a team of professionals and as close as your local Walmart Supercenter here in Eufaula. Eye exams are done right and we accept most vision plans. TRICARE, Alabama and Georgia Medicaid. Dr. Clark is a certified professional in primary eye care. The Vision Center in Walmart of Eufaula with everyday low prices.
When I first got here, before improving, and they had art and music in here in like March, I think, right before I started in April a couple years ago. And I was sitting there with my tie and everything on. I was watching all the kids perform, and it started getting warm. I said, "Where are those administrators? They're going to turn on their air conditioning." I said, "It's getting hot in here." Found out that it wasn't air conditioning. I'm thinking, goodness gracious, what year is this?
That's right.
So we talked to Steve, and of course they were on board, and we were able to get some capital money and get that done.
Yeah, I was really buying the paper. I just hadn't been buying the bid yard. It's been a tough job up there. I actually had the time, but I'm gonna start coming by and seeing what's going on in the school.
But I'm just saying, think how much higher it could be. Remember binder checks too, good checks, or probably Tuesday or Wednesday, just how we do that. And that is also.
You'll see obvious items, things that you know are going to be evidence. You'll see obvious things that you can kind of put together as this is what caused this crime to happen, whether it is a crime or not. It may be, like I said, an accident. You've got to put those pieces of evidence together and then come up with your motive. Why this happened? Was it an accident or not? And then when you're photographing, make sure you get everything included in your photographs. Make sure you get your logs and everything done, but look for those little details. Whenever you're searching that scene, you got to look for everything. Look for things, writing. Look for pictures. Remember what we talked about last week? Look for what's not there, which is very, very important. Finding out what's not at the scene could be as important as what is at your scene. So look for what's missing, void spaces. Think about the age group of who you're going to have in your scene when you get in there.
Okay, so we have our age right here. 12 times 2? 24. Plus 18. All right, now what is 8 minus 24? What is it? Very good. Negative 16 plus 18? 2. Excellent. All right, and then remember, y'all, look, we got a quadratic equation here, so we can just repeat our numbers, 2 and 8.
Finally, it's a computer application for personal finance. We just met with representatives from a local bank that's going to provide that for us at no cost. We're going to use that as the personal finance component in our career preparedness.
Okay. So they got up with you on that.
Yes, sir, they did. And it's strong. It's strong.
Okay. Settle down. I'll see you later. I got to hit the road.
Take care. I'll be staying up with you and Senator Beaver. Okay.
Change the way you think about tires with a tire that outperforms the rest. Stop shorter, lasts longer, save fuel. Get it with a Michelin tire from Herndon Tire Company. Outperforming for your business since 1964. Herndon Tire Company offers you the best tires, Michelin, and the best service. Alignments, brake repairs, struts, oil changes, custom exhaust, and nitrogen for your tires. For a safe, smooth ride, see them today. Herndon Tire Company, 810 South Eufaula Avenue, Eufaula.